Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today, and I am breaking my sworn promise to you. I apologize. I am, in fact, doing a reaction video. I don't do this type of content because it's like really easy, and I don't know, I guess it just wounds my pride, but I'm gonna lower that for a video here for a really fun idea that a friend threw my way. Basically, I've been finding these old takes of mine over time as I'm making my videos. I just end up coming across my own old content because I just have made so much of it. And some of the shit I say is just so wild that he was like, dude, you should just make a video reacting to some of your worst and best Fallout takes. So what I've done is I've collected a library of videos here. Not really watched any of them at all. Just I know the subject matter like you. And I thought it would be kind of fun to go through the whole Fallout journey here, from the Survivor 2299 all the way to the Fallout 76 review, and just see how things have aged across the board. I'm sure this will be really a fantastic watch. But of course, let's not delay any further. There's so much content to go through. I'm not going to do obviously every Fallout video I've done. We'd be here for months. So what I'm going to do is just pick out some of the highlights that piqued my interest, and we'll see how great my clickbait worked here. So let's start off with the Survivor 2299. This is actually my last update I did, December 4th. For those who don't know or weren't around during that time, Survivor 2299 was a website made by some random individual who claimed to not be part of Bethesda. It went on for such a long time that you'll see down here, actually, I have a playlist dedicated to it. And yeah, we went on for a while covering it, and it seemed like every day there were updates, but this was the last one I did, so let's see how it goes.
Today, I'm bringing you another Fallout 4 video. This is a Fallout 4 hub. When you want Fallout 4 videos and information, you come here, people. So, today, we have two new Morse codes that were released within 20 minutes of each other. It actually came out December 3rd, but as always, I give myself a little time to think, register, make some connections for all these Morse codes. But anyways, let's get into it. So this is the first Morse code. Nothing too big, and this one actually doesn't really tell us too much. It just, I feel it's the start of something big. So it says, calling Black Row outstation, reporting suspicious activity near secure location.
That was the weird thing about this. This is why I still have like this conspiracy idea about the Survivor 2299 actually being real, is like a lot of the information that was here, like the Institute, like extremely relevant. And I know it was built off the back of like old rumors for Fallout 4, but this is before like Jason Schreier reported on the leaked script for Fallout 4. So a lot of us were like really believing what was here, and it's strange because some of it in the terms of at least like setting and characters kind of ended up true, but let's keep going.
So the first thing is we see Black Row and Harvard Bridge communicating with each other. Now, I don't know if they actually are communicating through Morse code or if it's in Morse code for us just to translate and they're just talking over radio, if you know what I mean by that. So I went ahead and went on Google Maps. And so I looked up where Merchants Row is because that's what I believe.
Oh, yeah, man. I forgot. Like, I was breaking out the map and everything for this. I know Boston so well between like going to PAX and Fallout 4, man. Like, I just know this city so well. I remember, like, studying the map just to...
And I looked up Harvard Bridge. So Harvard Bridge is that green
looking at the distance, right? I think I measured the distance.
Is the red pin. So they are in some type of radius of each other, you know, a few miles apart, or possibly more, definitely more.
Yep, right here and right here.
They are pretty far
so
from
funny.
each other, but they are in a radius where if they were talking on ham radios or something in separate camps, perhaps this is possible. So I feel like Merchants Row probably is Black Row. But what is the Institute now? Well, the Institute is a mysterious organization within the Commonwealth. It is known to possess advanced technology, including the ability to produce androids.
Dude, this is like just me in my pocket. This is like my favorite thing to do, is just connect these sorts of dots. I just love getting into the thick of, especially Fallout, of course. That's kind of what I was born and raised on, man. But that is just... this is so much fun. I remember having such a blast doing this. So yeah, after this, the Survivor 2299 was confirmed the hoax, and I have what's called here an angry rant. I guess I had some thoughts, and I can already tell by the background, I'm in the basement of my parents' house. So let's see what I cooked here, man.
What is up, you guys? It is Matty here, and today I'm bringing you...
Wow, cameras have come a long way. Can we just say that? Hey, shout out to the Juke jersey. JJ Redick, I think that was signed. We had that hung up for a while.
Quite possibly the angriest fucking rant you will ever see on my channel in the history of forever. So, if you're new here, yes, this is my face. This is what I look like. I apologize if this is a bad first impression, but I had to get this off my chest. I was going to wait to upload this video, but I just can't. I am fuming mad right now. I kind of let a little steam blow off before I made this, so I didn't just curse the whole video, but it's probably going to happen anyways. So
I love how I say this, and I think I dropped like... I think I've dropped like 3 F-bombs before I even say, I think I might curse a lot this video. Like, if anyone needs a gauge on how often I curse, there you go. Not much has changed in that regard.
It was confirmed a hoax. If you go to the webpage now, I'll throw up a screenshot. If you go there now, you'll see it says Tunnel Snakes rule, or that's it, Tunnel Snakes, and you know, it's a picture of the Tunnel Snakes rule dance and shit, and it's like, really? It was originally Rick Roll.
I'm so fucking salty, dude. I was so upset about it. It's so easy to laugh at it now, but in that moment, I was like, Fallout 4 is just never gonna happen. So many of us were so beaten down by this, man.
I've been dying to make YouTube a full-time thing, and I thought finally here's the point where I can grow and start building up. And I got about 500 subscribers in the past week. I was getting tons of views, tons of comments, just talking with you guys all the time. My strategy was working. We're commenting was very frequent on my videos now, and people were coming back to me, and just, you know, it was a personalized relationship on my channel. I hope that stays, but I know that you guys love Fallout 4 and Fallout in general. But, you know, it was a little depressing hearing that it was a hoax, mainly because of that. Mainly because video making on YouTube is my favorite thing to do in my life right now, and to hear that kind of the source that was finally bringing me up has come to an end. So that...
Yeah, man, that kind of cuts deep, because I feel like, not to get too corny here, I feel like so much of that is still the same. Like, you know, it's really hard to kind of maintain a lot of that with how much the channel has grown since then. I think I didn't even have like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers then, but you know, that kind of relationship, being able to talk with your audience and just share something you're excited about. Obviously, the industry's developed so much that not every conversation can be positive, but man, that stuff still matters so much. This is why part of the reason I wanted to do this. I'm like, how much has Matty changed? And it's like, that fire is still there. Like, I still love doing this, and that kind of like youthful energy now, I guess I could say, still burns on, but just like that same motivation as to why I do it, which is just to connect with people, just hasn't gone away. It's so interesting to see. Like, that was the main reason I was upset, is obviously I wanted this as a job, but it was like I wanted to connect with people. That was cool, man. That was cool to see.
Bethesda handled this fucking horribly. Terrible, terrible. This website, I believe, has been up since November 14th or 15th, and you're going to tell us now that it's a hoax? After all this translating, after me coming home after college classes where I could be doing homework, which I have been doing.
I was like, oh shit, my professor might see this. Yeah, just, by the way, I'm doing my homework. It's so good.
Homework right away, but I'm gonna instead slave over my fucking computer and try to translate a bunch of codes for you guys, and I'm not complaining. We're not expecting anything at the VGX, are we? So maybe that should change. Maybe we should expect something at the VGX, because I know Bethesda says part of the surprise and the fun for us is surprising you guys. So that's what we're gonna do. No, how about you just give me the fucking game and not try to turn this series into Valve and Half-Life 3. I don't want to wait like 10 fucking years for this game. Not saying I wouldn't wait a year, but I'm tired of beating around the bush. Give me a direct yes or no. No, we do not have anything to do with this website.
I'm talking like I'm in a relationship with Bethesda, dude. Just like, give me a yes or no, would you? All right, so after the Survivor 2299, what I ended up doing was continuing my Fallout 4 coverage. I cooled off. I renewed the hope. I said, it's got to happen at some point. And obviously, I was eventually right. It took a while, though. And so in that time period, as part of my love of connecting with the community, I made a whole video series here. You can see there's 56 videos, according to this playlist, called Shit People Say About Fallout 4. And there are just so many additions dedicated to this game, and even down to its DLC after launch, where I would just read people's comments and react to them. This series is definitely me at my most unhinged. Absolutely. Like 18 years old, just saying whatever comes to my mind. So we're going to pick a bunch of random ones here and go from there. All right, we'll start off with the original here. Shit People Say About Fallout 4. Let's see what I was cooking.
Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It's Matty here. And I'm going to be reading some comments today on what people think about Fallout 4.
My old set, I say my set, my bedroom. It's just like the Arkham City poster. That Kingdom Hearts 2 poster was fire. Even though I was like 6'1", that twin size bed, way too small. That was awful. The Game Boy Color in the background, the Vita, that was like prime Vita days, man. So good. This gets me nostalgic just looking at this. The 2014 Rangers playoff towel there. I think that's a Boston Celtics couch pillow. Just like simple times, man.
Fallout Online, November 24th, 2015 on Next Gen and PC. Okay, buddy, that's a good one. Oh my god, if that was real, I would fucking strangle every fuck. I can fap those news. You're welcome, Bethesda. Not only am I providing news for your unannounced game, I'm now providing masturbating material for people. You're welcome. If they...
Oh my god. You're welcome.
Fallout 4's development, more top secret than the Manhattan Project. I know what that is. Hashtag history.
God, man, that hurt to watch. That was, no smoothness there by me. All right, let's keep going.
You're hyping this game too much. When it comes out, Fallout 4 won't meet your hype that you're putting into it, and you'll be disappointed with the game. That shit happens all the time. Happened to me with Mass Effect 3. One thing people don't seem to know about me is that I don't overhype games at all. There's a select few games I get really excited about, and it's because basically every game that comes out throughout the year, I make sure I play. So it takes a lot for me to get excited about a new game, and those games are Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Battlefront, and the next Fallout game, baby.
That is a brutal fucking list when you think about, like, I have a soft spot for 15. Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of disappointing too. Like, that's a brutal. Is Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2015 is like one of the most heartbreaking games I've ever played. Like, that is really out of that entire list for me. Fallout 4 delivered the most. I don't know. I guess that's what I hoped for back then, but in hindsight, I wouldn't have expected that, especially Kingdom Hearts 3, waiting for that since I was like a kid. That's a brutal list.
This week, we learned the map size for Fallout 4. Some people...
See, that's how deep the Fallout 4 cuts went. This is the map size edition. Just every week, we were talking about something with Fallout 4, big or small. This series really underlined just how into it we all were. Let's see what we said about the map size.
Are happy. Other people are motherfuckers and complaining. So let's see what the Fallout community has to say about this, shall we? Skyrim isn't that big. It only took me 30 minutes corner to corner. Only 30 minutes. 30 minutes of your time going from corner to corner in a virtual world, and you're saying it's only 30 minutes. That's half an hour of your time spent walking end to end that someone handcrafted. That's a lot of time to me. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm not one who just turns on the the iPhone stopwatch and sees how long it takes for me to get from end to end. Like, oh, I'm gonna put the developers to the test, man. This isn't 25 minutes plus. This is a small fucking game, bro. It's like, how much time am I spending in this world? Okay. That means that I put a lot of hours into this game and I enjoyed my time with it regardless of map size.
Low-key kind of spitting. I mean, very aggressively, but, kind of like that. My point still stands. The idea that the map size does not matter. Like, if someone said to me, our map is the size of Skyrim, I'd be like, okay, cool. It's about what's within it. Like, that is still something I hold true to this day. Wow. I'm impressed, Matty. I'm impressed.
Can't say I'm not disappointed, but then again, you're right. Skyrim was big. Yeah, you're right. I was right.
What? What the fuck was that? I forgot. What the hell was that? I'm not proud of me anymore. What happened there? It's the most replayed too. It's the most replayed. I can't. Okay. What was I even humping it for? Hold up.
Yeah, you're right. I was right. Holy shit, I'm a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah, you don't say, dude. God almighty. What the fuck was that? Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. Well, barring this opening to the video, this will be an interesting one because this is the FPS Resolution Edition, and this is a hot button topic today in gaming. At the time, I know Fallout 4 was like confirmed 30 FPS, and a lot of people were very displeased about that. But back then, people were very accepting of 30 FPS unless you were a PC gamer, which was a smaller demographic at the time. But now PC gaming has grown so much, and obviously 60 FPS is the new standard, that it's much more problematic if you miss that 60 FPS. But I'm very interested to see the takes in this one. This is where we can find some really hot takes here. All right, let's see what we got.
Look, it's my face and Noah's face on my t-shirt. Oh,
Aw.
I'm so wrong doing that.
Ham radio merch. That's awesome, man. I remember that. That was such a good time running that show with Noah and Lone. Like, just such a good time blowing off steam at the end of the week. I really look forward to it so much. It was just literally like bro talk. Like, we barely even talked about games. It was just bro talk for like 3 hours a week. So good.
Oh my god. Anyways, this week we learned Fallout 4's frames per second count as well as its resolution. So let's see what the Fallout community has to say about this stupid bullshit. I don't give two shits about FPS caps, thank you. That's how I feel. I mean, I know it seems to be a very uncommon opinion, but I could give a single fucking shit about an FPS cap. I just want the game. As long as it's 30 FPS, I am not complaining, and that's coming from someone who's played a ton of PC and a ton of consoles. So don't think like I'm a stupid console gamer or I'm a average mediocre PC gamer. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. You think I'm mediocre? You mediocre clarinet players out there on the fucking internet? Fuck you. Gameplay.
Holy shit! I just got so pressed when no one said a word to me. Everyone was watching that video. How many people watched that video? All 85,000 people were probably like, damn, bro. Relax, I didn't say anything. I was like totally on my heels there. I will say nowadays FPS matters a lot more to me, but as someone who does like a whole retro gaming channel, I still can live with 30 frames, but I understand the importance of hitting 60 and like the quality it brings to the product you're playing. So definitely that take I don't fully agree with, but telling people to fuck themselves, man. I just had a lot of energy like that back then, and I still do, but just people fighting people on the internet. It's just not worth it, right? All of these videos have really been from 2013 and 14. We're still in that pocket because I used to do updates on pretty much everything Fallout 4 related. Like people would always be tweeting at me or leaving comments like, hey, Matty, PSX is coming up. Do you think Fallout 4 will be revealed there? And I would just make videos about every rumor, every leak, fake or real. I would just talk about it because as you can probably tell by the energy with all these videos, I just keep saying the same thing is give me the game. I just want the game. I was positively obsessed. So I clicked on a random Fallout 4 news update I got here. Let's see what we're talking about.
My Fallout lovers, it is Matty here today bringing you another Fallout 4 discussion video. Now before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description to my previous video. Well, yesterday during basketball, driving the ball at the gym, and I go over to lay up and lo and behold, a fist catches my throat. And it hurt pretty bad at the time, but now I'm alright, but I just don't want to talk or yell at any video games for now. So I've been laying low a little bit, but that's why I'm just kind of doing normal little vlogs. But anyways, we don't take breaks here, so I'm going to keep bringing you guys videos no matter what.
I will say on a personal level, that's one way I've grown. I feel like I feel like I always just felt sorry for myself. And I was like, yeah, look what happened to me, but I'm still working. I don't know, man. Like opening videos with that type of energy just sucks, man. Like most people are just trying to get away from the things they're dealing with and just opening up to your problems unless it's like clearly labeled as such. I feel it's like such an ambush and it's just like so tiring, especially nowadays. It's so tiring, but hey man, I got punched in the throat during basketball. I'm here though. I'm fighting through it all. I'm here to talk about Fallout 4. Let's go.
That everyone noticed but kind of got swept under the rug. And that was the fact that Bethesda was doing their own personal countdown while the Survivor 2299. If you paid attention at that time, you know there was 1,000,001 countdowns during that. And Bethesda started doing their own. I think they said they were going to announce something on Monday, if I remember correctly. And it was one of those things where everyone thought, oh, it's going to connect with the Survivor 2299. It's going to be a Fallout 4 tease. And it ended up to be what a lot of people thought was a disappointment and then disregarded, which was just an ad that you see on screen here promoting a sale on Bethesda's website, something that they do very often. But what was unique about this sale picture? Well, once you see this side by side,
oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh, no. I'm definitely going to try to show that this map is like the pattern here. Oh no, Matt, don't do it.
You'll understand what I'm talking about. As you can see here now, you look and you see that basically this picture in the background of the sale ad thingy looks a lot like Boston. You can see the map or the water.
I mean, I guess in my ultimate copium state, I see it kind of, but like nowadays I just see, oh, like it's just a texture of like a kind of old, watered, crumpled ad. Like I don't see a map beneath that. Man, whoa, we were in. I was in thick. I shouldn't bring you all into it. I was in thick. Now, beyond Fallout 4 speculation and replying to comments, I also did a series called The Fallout 3 Road to Platinum. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done on YouTube. It was so fun streaming it and then taking those streams and highlights and putting them together in sort of a supercut kind of let's play. And my goal was to get the Fallout 3 Platinum trophy before Fallout 4 came out. And I think according to the date here, yep, I got it like about a week before the game came out. And it was just so exciting. So let's go ahead and see how that went.
Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today, and we are outside Raven Rock,
with the final, I say that with a sad voice, episode of the Fallout 3 Road to Platinum. You may be wondering what I'm wearing. I'm wearing all Christmas attire because I dropped my phone.
Let's
and
go.
Because
Let's go. I
It's
love
Christmas
that.
time, all right? That's how it rolls in my family.
And behind me is still the violated Flash cutout.
Okay, so we have to complete the Nuka-Cola challenge. We have to make one of every custom weapon. I have all the schematics, where to find them, written down. We have 3 of them already. We only need to find...
Okay, he's taking hand notes still. Yeah, man, I like, when I try to take notes for reviews, I still use like handwritten notes whenever I can. I don't know what it is. Like when I just digitize all my stuff, I feel it's not like I'm committing it to memory or it means less. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but that's just where my brain's at. And I feel like this is around the time it started. Like I could have just easily had my phone out with the walkthrough up, but I like wrote it all down. Built different, man. Built different.
So we need 4 locations to discover, and the first one we're going to look for is Girder Shade. And there is Girder Shade. And we have arrived at Girder Shade location number 97. We only have 3 more locations to find, and fuck me, I just remembered I need to go back and get my Nuka-Cola Quantum because I only have, what, like 16 with me. Okay, great. Let's grab our remaining Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Enjoy, Dick.
Fuck. I'm gonna go back to Girder
Wait,
Shade.
I don't remember that from Fallout 3. The guy saying enjoy dick? What? I don't remember that at all.
Here's all the Nuka-Cola Quantum I'm carrying.
Yay! I knew I could count on you.
Okay. There's our trophy.
That sound
Sierra?
is still the best
Schematics?
trophy sound. Like there's PS4, there's PS5. I like the PS5 Platinum sound, but PS3's trophy, just that like harsh clicking. I don't know, man. Like the ding, like it's just so good. That's what really got me into it. That and just like you can see how methodical I get with this playthrough. It's crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Oh
No,
my
no.
god, I forgot
Why?
how
Why?
bad
Why would I
Fallout
get
3
here?
was
Why
on
right
PS3.
Here? Why now? Why right here when I'm... Okay. I just get one shot by a missile launcher? That's what I'm talking about. It's a fucking pussy weapon. It's such a pussy weapon to use. All right, no.
Why do I got so pressed so easily back then? Like I'm just an inch away and I'm just like, oh my god, why is this happening to me?
Yes. Yes. That should be it. Yes. The bigger they are. Okay. Okay. Fuck yes! I fucking did it! Oh my goodness.
Aw.
Fuck yes.
That was like
I
authentic
see this for
excitement. Like
myself.
you literally see my legs
Oh my
like
gosh.
twitching. Like I was like tapping my
got
foot.
the platinum trophy for Fallout 3. Right before Fallout 4 comes out, this is the last thing I do with this game. Fuck yes.
The last thing I do with this game. I was so convinced like this was the last time I was playing the game and I was gonna just move on after that. It's little did I know, I'd become more obsessed and go back to this game within like the year itself.
This calls for a selfie.
All right. Well, after all of this, Fallout 4 comes out. It's time for the big one. It's time for the near perfect Bethesda game review for Fallout 4, which came out November 9th. Almost 1 million views. Actually, not my most viewed video ever. I will get into the one that is my most viewed video ever in a little bit. This one, I want to just open up by saying I have not watched this since 2016. I do remember I made a video talking about my near perfect review 1 year later and what I had learned from it. And in that video, I had said that I was happy I did it because while I felt that there was a lot of fanboyism and overexcitement for something that didn't fully deliver on everything, it was a good lesson to learn and made me a better reviewer. And I still believe that to this day. But I also have to be honest and say that there was a level of shame that's just kind of been built into me with this video, where I've not rewatched it since then, because I remember after that review, people were like making fun of me in the comments of videos I wasn't even featured in. Like I was just anything related to Bethesda, people were making fun of me. And it kind of felt like that was the beginning of the end, because I always loved reviewing games that I wanted to be taken seriously. That still matters a lot to me to this day. But, you know, that just, I remember that feeling like this is it. Like no one's going to take me seriously anymore. I really blew it. It's over. And so I kind of just watched it once, took my lessons from it, and then moved on. So this is my first time really hearing everything I had to say. I don't remember a thing about this video. I don't remember a thing about most of these videos, but this one especially, I feel like my brain has blocked out everything that's happened here. And there isn't really like a most replayed section of this. So Here we go. Let's see what I thought about Fallout 4 before it came out.
Because I am addicted to Fallout 4. This game is incredible. I will go to the length of saying it is near perfect, which is a word.
There it is. Bang. First one.
The amount of stuff to do is absurd, and I just can't put it down. It's wake up, Fallout 4, go to bed, sleep a little, wake up, Fallout 4. It's
Yeah, man. That I distinctly remember that review process. Like I went to ShopRite, I bought a bunch of soda, and I locked up in my room. And I literally remember a friend coming over like a week after the game came out. And like I at the time didn't have any facial hair, so I had like a little mustache at the time because I wasn't like shaving or anything. Like total degen status. And he came in. I remember him looking at me like, "Whoa, dude, you're really into this, aren't you?" So yeah, I was fucking obsessed with this game when it came out, dude. That is still, I remember that so well.
I would say it's a bit bigger than Skyrim, but if Skyrim had literally an area to explore around every single corner, and that's not a stretch, in Fallout 4,
That is absolutely a stretch. 100% that's a stretch. That is like, Skyrim does have something basically around every corner for you to see and explore. I think I just forgot how good Skyrim was at the time.
and added a new thing called legendary weapons, which are essentially rares, but are really exciting for people such as myself who make guides for these, because you'll find in one area like a legendary synth part, and then I'll find in another area another piece of that legendary synth part, and it's about finding that entire set and combining it. Because, for example, I found a poison.
Oh, that take is aging like milk, dude. I hate that about Fallout 4. I especially hate that about Starfield. The only game I really accepted in is 76 because it is a live service product and kind of loot makes that game go around. But Legendaries kind of destroyed the rare weapon and armor guides and things I love to do with Skyrim and prior. It's what made me really fall in love with BGS games. Skyrim did it the best, but man, Fallout 4 was the beginning of the end of the thing I loved so dearly, and I was so overhyping the legendary weapon system here.
Going for this whole immersive experience where you feel like you're not even in a video game anymore. You feel like this is a living, breathing world, which it in fact is. Everything connects, whether it's the people talking or you read a terminal and you find that thing in the world somewhere else. It is all connected. It's a living, breathing world. Like, it's just so well thought out where it's like, this is an actual place. But as for the voice acting,
Yeah, I feel like that actually is kind of aged well. Like, I think Fallout 4 doesn't get enough credit for how well thought out and interconnected its world is between its characters and how they would interact, but also like the notes you'll find on a floor that give you little secrets of something happening across the map. And just, again, how lived in was a good way to describe it. Like, it just felt like this is a game where, you know, there are people who are traveling around this world and you can kind of pick up where their journey once was. I will say, Matt, you know, very much energetic and overly positive, but I think that was a fair one for me for once. Took me 5 minutes to do it, though.
but back to the voice acting itself, the voice acting for Fallout 4 is overall quite strong. There's a few hiccups here and there, but as for the main protagonists and the companions and the people you're talking to, the voice acting is overall strong. Everyone is a believable person because it's not just one person doing like 20 voices. Everyone feels like their own person, and that gives them their own distinct personalities, and they're very well
I love
written.
that I showed Kate here because Kate is like a top 3 character in Fallout 4 for me. Like, I just think she is so over. I don't hear enough people talk about, I think, how good her arc is. Like, and just the story about drugs and chems and like what it does to someone in the wasteland, I thought was so good. And the performance from Katie Townsend especially was just like really good. Like, I thought it really elevated a lot of this game because Bethesda Game Studios games historically, as we know, just they always had the same voice actors and actresses do everything. This is actually the first Bethesda Game Studios game where everyone, for the most part, sounded different. It was such a big deal to me back then. Clearly not as big of a deal now, and it should be the expectation moving forward for many games, and it probably should have happened earlier, honestly.
So the voice acting is great. It's really a lot better than it's ever been in the franchise. And the dialogue wheel does not really ruin anything like everyone thought it would.
Yeah, that one doesn't. No. Yeah. Fallout 4 is like a story is actually, I think, pretty solid if you kind of are able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, but that's not really what Fallout is about. And that dialogue system kind of strips it of that. Their goal with that dialogue system was to create something more emotional and compelling. And I know it's not like Last of Us Part 1 or A Plague Tale Requiem levels of emotion this game is yanking out of you. But I think in the terms of like conveying a little more of a personal story, it was a job well done. just probably not the right series to do it with.
The settlement mode is the real deal, and by that I mean, like, when Todd Howard said, hey, it's an optional mode, like, ladies and gentlemen, this is completely optional. They don't even give you a quest to tie it into this. They're just like, yeah, hey.
Yeah, see, I mentioned all throughout this review, I put 40 hours into it. This is not true because there's one point in the storyline where to get into the Institute, you have to build something with the settlement mode. And you have to have a lot of parts and materials good to go. Not like a metric ton, but you do have to be engaged with that mechanic, that mode. It's otherwise mostly optional, but see right there is like, you did the review too quickly. You didn't see it through. That was untrue.
It doesn't get repetitive either, which is the shocking part, because each place, you know, you have, it's something in the gamer's mind, I guess you could say, because for me, each place I went to, I wanted to build something new and different, so I make each area distinct from their own place so that I know how to memorize them and stuff, because I don't want to do this kind of pattern like, okay, do a shack now, do a bed, do this, do that, you know. I wanted to build them all separately and uniquely. So maybe that's just me. I could be honest about that. But honestly,
I love how this whole time I'm talking about the settlement mode, I was trying to light a strobe light by dragging the wire to it, not knowing that you had to have the power pylon next to it, so then there would be a radius and it had to be within to activate it. As I'm literally like waxing poetic about how great I think the settlement mode is, as I proceed to not know how it works at a baseline level. It's just too good, man.
There are just a vast cast of interesting characters, and it's awesome to have them tag along with you. And I haven't discovered every single companion yet, but I think I've found about half according to the list I have written down, because I'm going to be doing companion guides. And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, these are some awesome characters, and they have some great quests to them. And
I think that's pretty fair to say. Like, when you think of Fallout 4's companions, I think Piper's really great. Like, she's just a classic. Like, I don't think she has the deepest story, but I always remember the first time seeing Piper and going, oh my God, is she a companion? So maybe there's a little nostalgia there, but I look at Kate, I look at McCready, kind of this carryover from Fallout 3, getting to see a character develop in such a big way. Nick Valentine speaks for himself. Hancock is amazing. Deacon is super underrated. That one synthetic companion is the only one that I could think of outside of Strong who isn't really super intriguing to me. But just, man, like, I really do think those companions were wonderful. The only thing that they kind of leave undercooked in Fallout 4, I think, is the romance options. Fallout, and really any Bethesda Game Studios romance options, have never been great. They just fade to black. There's no real emotional connection or build up there. I think there's still a ways to go for them to get to that level of emotional storytelling, but I do think Fallout 4's companions were just really a good time to be around, and all had great personality quests that would give you those cool perks that were really helpful as well.
Kudos to Bethesda is that they didn't cave into the gamer norm of, well, let's just make it so that there's like 2 quests and then these people have sex, okay? Yeah, all right, awesome, sounds good. No, it's about developing like a friendship and developing trust, and you just check in on them, talk to them. It reminds me a lot of, you know, some BioWare games. I think they've taken some inspiration there, where it's not always about just getting laid in the game. It's about just establishing.
It's so funny because I really think a lot of BioWare romance options do just boil down to getting laid. That is definitely a little overhype on, not definitely a little, a lot of overhype on my end.
And on top of that, Einon Zur's soundtrack, which if you turn off the radio you can hear, is his best work yet. Easily. There is so much emotion behind it, so much feeling behind it. He really put his heart and soul into it, and it just fits with every area you're in and really sets the tone, where sometimes I found myself turning off the radio just to listen to his work. Also,
yeah, like, honestly, again, the whole theme of this video is I just oversell everything, but like, that soundtrack is amazing. Like, I have turned off the radio still to this day in Fallout 4 just to take in Einon Zur's work. I don't know if it's his best work. I feel like I think of Dragon Age Origins, like I can just hear 80 million different tracks just scream into my brain when I think of his work from that game. It's just phenomenal. But Fallout 4 is up there, man. I think he did a really good job with that, especially like the main theme. So good. Of course, though, I think Fallout 3 is better as well. So yeah, like I said, overselling it, his best work ever, put his heart and soul to it. I mean, sure, he put his heart and soul to it, but I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as I did, clearly.
Now, I did mention fears, and one of those fears was the rubber banding system. I initially had a fear that. I can say that is not a problem at all. During my explorations, obviously, I've died a couple of times, but the game is challenging, very challenging, in fact. It's a strong first-person shooter on top of an amazing flawless RPG, which is very hard
Oh
to
my
do.
God. See, the problem is it's like the glaze. Like there's no balance. It's just like straight up like it just can't be a good shooter. It's like a great shooter and a flawless RPG. Like I can't just leave it at like one sentence. That's the biggest problem with this video, man. I can't.
So, facial animations. They're improved in Fallout 4. You can see the animations, but sometimes the face doesn't match with the emotion and the power of these voice actors, where the voice acting is so strong and then the animations are like,
Okay, give me some credit here. Hang on. I have critiques, and how much time is left in the video? We have 3 minutes left. Okay, let's see what I've got.
The power of this person's voice. And so sometimes it makes for like awkward conversation where you'll see someone get really worked up, but they don't look worked up at all. And it's like supposed to be emotional. It's the only time that the game really broke my immersion where I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on there? But like overall, I mean, you can't have everything in a video game. If this game also had like full motion capture of the face, I mean, come on, that's impossible. Also, the performance. The performance in this game is rock solid, okay? I just want to say that first because I'm playing on PC, 60 FPS, ultra high settings. But I did notice that anytime I went to a higher area and kind of looked out into the wasteland, sometimes the game would stutter a little bit when I tried to move around afterwards. And I don't know if that's because it was loading the draw distance or something along those lines, but it was something that I did catch on to where I noticed that frame dips when I went into higher areas rather than when I went into cluttered areas or there was a lot going on. The game can handle the explosions and the gunplay all happening at once, but it just seems when I go to a higher area in the open world, it just seems to kind of get a little slowed down from like 60 FPS to like 45. And I don't know if that's going to happen on consoles or not, but anyway, it was worth throwing out there.
Okay, hey, we're noting that there might be some performance concerns, but I did say my time with it was fine, which was true. I've really never had, outside of 76, a awful time with Bethesda Game Studios performance. I guess I must be completely blessed in my lifetime because all I read online is how Bethesda, broken, bad frame rate, etc., etc. Still, outside of 76, have yet to have that kind of experience.
But that is my review for Fallout 4. It is a near perfect game. And if you're watching this and you're not a Fallout fan, pick it up. If you're a Fallout fan, what are you doing? Pick it up. Buy this game. It is my favorite game that I have ever played in a very, very long time. Probably since Knights of the Old Republic, which is my favorite game ever.
That's strong words, Matty. KOTOR, man. Are you sure about that? All right. Well, obviously this went about as I expected. You know, not very even keeled, did not balance it out at all. It was definitely very, I get where a lot of people were very displeased by my level of fanboyism here. It was very much on display, calling it flawless, perfect, and everything. But man, what a valuable lesson to learn, right? I think this was the moment I learned how important this in the next video we'll check out, how important vocabulary is, right? Because those are strong words I was using, like favorite game since KOTOR, perfect, flawless, not a problem at all. I was just talking, dude. Like I was just running my mouth, not thinking at all. And note-taking, bullet points, something as simple as that would have avoided a lot of headaches with this video here. So great lesson to learn, man. I mean, if anyone can take anything from this video, it's that you too can grow into a good game reviewer, even if you make some level of mistakes, which to me, people act like me saying Fallout 4 was really good was like the equivalent of me like punting a baby down a flight of stairs, which I'll never get that sort of approach. Like, you said Fallout 4 was perfect 10 years ago. I'm like, okay, it's about to be 2025. So yeah, but not to be too defensive on it. Just such an interesting video to watch. Not as bad as I thought it would be. It was kind of what I expected, which was just all glaze, no balance, which not a good look, but you know, learned a lot since then. Now, after Fallout 4 came out, I even disliked my own video here. I made this video, which gained a lot of reaction videos online. In particular, one was from Rags, who rightfully called me out. And this led to me apologizing to my audience and saying I will do better, because it was like my come to Jesus moment. Like I had become too far gone as a Bethesda fanboy here. And it was here in this moment that all of that happened, where I had to take a moment to reflect. So let's see what I had to say about why some gamers love hating Fallout 4. This came out November 25th, 2016. So a little bit over a year after the game had come out. I had had enough, it seems.
Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Matty here today, and I wanted to discuss with all of you a topic that's been in the back of my head for a while now that I just want to get out there and ask, what is with people loving, hating Fallout 4? Maybe instead of saying Fallout 4 is the worst game ever, it was a disappointment, it sucked, no role-playing, yada yada yada, how about putting out some ideas on how to improve the title instead of just abruptly bashing it in an unintelligent way? It's become commonplace while scrolling through my comments where each day I see intelligent discussion or people who just despise Fallout 4 and watch my videos to tell me how much they hate Fallout 4. And I'm like, is this me? I'll go to other Bethesda YouTubers and people will be engaged in this never-ending discussion on if Fallout 4 was a shit game or not. And it feels like anyone who likes Fallout 4...
It's so interesting watching this now because not only am I just like popping off, but now Fallout 4, since we have Starfield, is experiencing this sort of renaissance where people are going back, playing it and going, oh, hey, I actually really like it and I was wrong about it, or it's better than you think. It's like one of those games now. It's fallen into that pocket of like, you were lied to. It was better than you ever realized, like that sort of game. But yeah, it's still like, it's so funny. I got so upset about this because still to this day, Fallout 3 versus New Vegas is widely debated. Fallout 4, is it a real Fallout game or not, is widely debated. Can 76 be accepted? That's still debated. And I was just having a problem with like general conversation and disagreements, which is just not okay at all.
The other issue I really do have with the negative discussion of Fallout 4 is there's a big difference between saying a game is bad and saying a game is a disappointment. If you had high expectations and the game didn't meet them,
I'm like literally telling people how to feel, man. Like there's some moments where I'm like on the track and I just veer right because like I'm at the point of telling people like how to feel. Like you can say it's a disappointment or you can't say it's bad though. It's just
yes, part of the blame falls onto the game for its mechanics that didn't satisfy your urges. But a bad game is not Fallout 4. A bad game is Ride to Hell Retribution. A bad game is Rogue Warrior. Those are bad video games. Games that don't have good gameplay design, horrible stories, are embarrassing, that I played on my channel to laugh at. Those are bad video games. To say Fallout 4 is amidst the category of bad games is laughable. I hope it's...
See, this is where, again, note-taking is so important, because I kind of have a point, right? Like, Fallout 4 is not in the category of Ride to Hell Retribution. I would almost argue that is a fact. But the problem is I'm telling people how to feel. And also, I'm quantifying what people's versions of bad games are. I personally played crappy games on my channel for entertainment. But most people know to pocket their cash and go, I will never touch that video game. So their definition of good and bad is going to be wildly different from my own. But I just go into the video, emotional, heated, no thoughts, just a microphone, and we see the outcome here.
But this is one instance where I'm gonna stand there and be like, if you didn't like Fallout 4, that's great. If you like Fallout 4, that's great. But to call it a bad game is honestly disrespectful. If it didn't strike your
yeah, there it is. I remember that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like that's what everyone was really upset about. And now I got my animal here for my YouTuber apology video. I didn't even think of that when I picked him up. You were whining a little bit. Yeah, dude, like not a good line to rip at all.
Good on you. Feel free to express those thoughts in a way where Bethesda can learn from their mistakes, not in a way that's just gonna make them scratch their head and be like, what's wrong with this dude? As you can tell though, this is a entirely unscripted video where I needed to rant, man. This has been something
Yeah, and there's where you also learn an unscripted rant. Bad idea. It's there you also kind of recognize like, wow, I do have a platform. There are people who listen to me. My words do have impact. They do have carry. And you can't just be an idiot when you got that sort of reach, especially if you want this to go somewhere and you want to be taken seriously and you want to review games. Thank you for kissing me. I'm doing okay, Forrest. It's just, it's so funny to watch this, man. This was really, I think, the biggest turning point for me in my ability to critique and create that separation. It was just such a, again, I hate that it took big mistakes to have that happen, right? Like I wish I was just a natural and a gifted talent and that I didn't have to absolutely stumble a million times to get to a place where I'm pretty proud of what I do now. But you know, I feel like, I feel very lucky that people hung with me through some of this stuff because this is stuff that if I was watching, I'd be like, yeah, dude, like I get it. You like the game. I'm out. Like I'm not watching anymore. So the people who give me a second chance, hey, thank you. It's awesome. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I really wanted to react to here. I'm looking at my recording timer now. I don't know when we chop this all down what it'll be, but I'm nearing an hour and a half of reacting to stuff. And I'm very excited to see the reaction to this. This was fun to do. I can't lie. I don't want to become a reaction YouTuber at all. I never will. But I did enjoy doing this, and maybe I'll do something for Elder Scrolls, because Lord knows that was when I was a sophomore in high school. I started doing YouTube videos for that series, so Lord knows there's some good stuff in there. That's the good shit packed in there. I'm sure my Skyrim videos are unhinged, but this was fun. Just the laughs, seeing the transformation, seeing the growth, seeing the pains of it all. This was very, very nice. I enjoyed this a lot. So thank you for joining me on this. If you've been on this whole journey throughout all of this coverage, right, and you're still here, thank you. That is really cool. You know, like, it is cool that through the mistakes, the hiccups, the laughs, the immaturity, all that stuff, still some of that true to this day, right? Like, still extremely immature, still like to have a good time with my garbage sense of humor. But, you know, it's really cool to have a lot of people here who have been watching for so long and have kind of grown with me. Really awesome. So thank you for being here. Thank you for indulging me in what was a very random video idea, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. You know, I do like to focus on like reviews and discussions and news and podcasty kind of things. I like the conversation, as many of you know, more than anything. But this was fun as a change of pace. And like I said, maybe you'll see more in the future. I don't know. We'll see how people feel. We could definitely do a 76 edition of this. We could definitely do an Elder Scrolls edition of this. Maybe there's an Elder Scrolls one on the way. I don't know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, leave it in your hands. Let me know your thoughts down below. Other than that, take excellent care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.